yes. And when is the best time for me to finish?
We have the timer, my brother.
7:15.
7:15.
7:15. Yeah,
7:15.
Yeah.
Okay, so there will be some of you to introduce me, and then
Yeah.
I'll start to share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brother Robert
7:15.
will introduce system.
Okay, 7:15.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. Do I have to mute myself first?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Okay.
Warm welcome to Abode Masters, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe. To Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. Let us start the session for today. Recently, disasters have happened so rampantly, one after another, due to the great imbalance of four elements. Now, with the COVID-19 pandemic around the world, Master has great concern and earnestly urge everyone to return and adopt vegetarian meals to protect life and cultivate our great love to living beings and for the goodness of society and the world. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sahara land be free from disaster and peace prevail in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piety.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. From my heart, I pray. May we join our hands, our hearts as one. Spread the seeds of great love, nurture wisdom evermore. Let us fill the world with hope. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas know my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disaster in this world. Now let us together pray for universal love and blessings. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body, an enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gem. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Huang by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, arms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abode Master who could join us today. Yeah, okay. Today we have Sis Gloria who will be sharing with us on Tzu Chi DNA, and will followed by a story of my life will be shared by Brother Huang, our Tzu Chi Global CEO. And today is the last day of the year. So today is the last session for this year. All right. Okay, I will be sharing Sister's teachings with this summary. Just prepare it while he was traveling. Okay. Okay. So last week we had Sister teaching and Sister Moon. Okay. So Sister teaching and Sister Moon once again combined efforts to present, to talk about Brother David Lee's presentation in April about no man is without talent. According to Brother David, each of us has divine gifts that are hidden and sheltered, but called forth at the right moment, will be gems just waiting to be uncovered. Discussions spoke of how every noble man has a past, every offender has a future. Even the most hardened serial offender can transform with the right platform and structure. In Tzu Chi, this is what we have been doing for all time. Recycling plastics to blanket, reuse that piece of wood, saving that penny and dime. Even the last human gift of donating our bodies to medical science proves the individual's ability to contribute is not confined to these definite guidelines. Both sisters recognize the need of a good leader to guide. For a follower of a good leader allows the person to be bold and brave and not to hide. As a parting note, a reminder was made for all of us, perhaps more to those who need to be persuaded. Be broad-hearted and be the hope that lights up all other candles for those who have faded. Okay, then followed by Brother Sean, determining value of life. Brother Sean recalled a significant international relief in his 9 years in Tzu Chi, and the lessons condensed primarily on sympathy and empathy. He recalled when in 2015, the earthquake happened in Nepal. The magnitude of devastation made one feel significantly small. It started with 1 to 2 many volunteers joining hands. The initial 312 volunteers from 11 countries used funds raised from 38 lands. What started with 109 days relief work continues 7 years till today. Recipients have become volunteers who proving Tzu Chi's long-term commitment to stay. Over time, children got their schools and uniform too. Tzu Chi footprints have evolved to be more involved with more meaningful perspective and view. The spectrum of feelings are from pity to sympathy to empathy and finally to compassion. To reach that level, relief work has to be fortified by heartfelt, committed, continuous action. Okay, thank you. That's the summary of previous week. Now let me hand over to Brother Robert. Brother Robert, over to you. John.
Yeah, kind of Sister Lily. Yeah, for the great hosting. Yeah, welcome, brothers and sisters, to our special session today. Yeah, today we are privileged to have Sister Gloria Chou Jing with us this morning. 26 years ago, Sister Gloria, you may unmute yourself and also on the video. Sister Gloria, are you there? Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, 26 years ago, Sister Gloria joined as a Tzu Chi hospital volunteer. Yeah, that was in 1996. And of course, since then, she also have started active in the Tzu Ching, and she was involved in many activities together with the community, and also teaching Jingshi aphorism. And of course, one of the strongest area is involving in herself in the translation and interpretation, live interpretation. And now she is fully committed in our foreign language team based in Taiwan, Sister Gloria. And of course, she's also a certified commissioner. And she's also involved to receive all the international visitors from all over the world. Okay, now let us pass over to Sister Gloria to let us hear from her beautiful story. Yeah, Sister Gloria, over to you.
Hi, thank you. Thank you everyone for inviting me here, and hopefully you can hear me well.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, that's great. Actually, just before we started, Su Ching asked me about when did I really started my volunteer work in foreign language team, and I really think about it. It was when I returned to Taiwan from Australia. That time I returned back to Taiwan, and I was only thinking about looking for a job, and then doing the work, what I want to do. And at the same time, my mother, she's also a commissioner. And then she said to me that, oh, since you have the ability or capability to speak the English, why don't you return back to Neihu, where I based, Neihu, where we receive a lot of international visitors. So it would be great if you can involve a little bit. In the beginning, she was saying that because I was thinking when I return to Taiwan, I better find a job instead of just leaning on my parents, or the young adults really want to do something for ourselves. So I said, oh, maybe I'll think about it. So if there's a chance during the weekend, and I probably can start the volunteer work like I used to be when I was younger. So they started to inviting me to join the Chi Shao, the Tzu Chi youth group, and then tell me that, oh, during which weekend, and you can start your Jingshi aphorism teaching. So that's how I really started with involving English volunteering in Taiwan. So that was my starter of the foreign language team. But at that time, I don't really think I'm part of foreign language team until one day. Maybe you can still see me in the gray uniform. Let me try if I can share the photo I just found from the news. That was me. Maybe you can see me in the gray uniform. Yeah, that was my second foreign language team volunteering work. But before that, I was called by one of the sisters in Neihu recycling station. Maybe some of you have visited Neihu recycling station before. My first group was receiving 120 college students from United States and Canada. Before that, I was a bit, scared because I haven't really do recycling in Taiwan yet. So before I received them, I quickly went to the recycling station, and then I start sorting the recyclables with the grannies and grandpas and asking questions to make sure I sound confident. When you say something like in Tzu Chi, we do what we say what we do. That's what we do in Tzu Chi, and that's the spirit and philosophy Master Cheng told us. So
Yes.
before I received this, a group of 120 students from college. The student from college is usually have like I used to be. I have my thoughts. I really want to do something for myself. So if there's someone came to me to say to me a lot of things about the recycling concepts, if she sounds not that confident, it would be awkward. So I started to sorting the recyclables before they visit our recycling station a week ahead. So I started to learn a lot of things to remember. So when I received them, I do feel that I was a bit more confident compared to the earlier me. So that is also a tip I want to share with everybody. Whenever you want to share something with others, like the philosophy we learn from Tzu Chi, we share what we do, we talk what we do, and we just do what we say. So it should be like Master Cheng, she told us that we have to be honest to ourselves, and we really learn something what we do. So after the first sharing of with the 120 students, and then the second week, and then like the photo I'm showing now, I've been seeing a lot of like visitors from other countries. The second group is the news reporters, or I should say journalists from the United Kingdom. So for me at that time, I was thinking, oh my goodness, I'm only the trainee of the volunteers, and I used to be teaching for many years. I wasn't very sure, but sisters in Nei who said to me that, oh, come on, you are the only person who could help us now during the weekday. So just come and say something, and then share the stories of the senior volunteers. I think this is one of the crucial thing in Tzu Chi is how we share these lovely and true stories to others. So the thing is, when we share, it's not only what we do, but it would be really great if we could also share other story, because we know a lot of like these senior volunteers, they can't speak English as you know, they learn Chinese, they learn Taiwanese when they were younger. So they lack of the capability of speaking English. But I believe all of you here, the participants in this Zoom meeting, I believe you are capable to speak English. So that's why we're all here speaking English. It would be nice we could share the story for the people around us. For example, like this gentleman I was talking in this picture, he is the senior volunteer in our recycling station. But I believe a lot of volunteers, they have a lot of stories why they do Tzu Chi and why they are squatting there on this summer day. So there's some story behind would really inspiring these journalists or maybe the visitors who visit Tzu Chi for the short time. Like for them, this group of journalists, they might be visiting Tzu Chi for 1 or 2 hours in their lifetime, but maybe in the future, they see this name Tzu Chi in the future, they might think of their story, this senior volunteer story, maybe not my story, but their story might be inspiring them to do something different, maybe in their news articles or maybe in their lifetime. So never underestimate everyone's story, the Bodhisattva story in Tzu Chi, because I found them really touching everybody whenever I share the story of these volunteers. So this is the first two experience for me to be part of foreign language team. So for after these two groups, I do really thank for them and appreciate their appear in my life, because then it's kind of starter, or I should say kick off my volunteer work in foreign language team. So it's like guiding the visitors to visit our Nehu recycling station. So afterwards, it's like crazy, you know, before COVID. Sometimes I have to receive two groups of the international visitors in one day. So that was like boom, a lot of people came and then they want to ask questions. Even some of them just came for 1 hour, and it was the itinerary they stuffed in and to visit for 1 hour. So I often have to think at that time, for 1 hour, for this group of people, they never heard of Tzu Chi before. What should I share with them? So often, also I want to share with everybody you here is, often I receive the message or the text from our sisters say that which day and when and how many people, where they are coming from, and then they want to visit our recycling center. And I always to think or search, who are they and why they are here and which day at what time, because it really changed the situation in the recycling station. Is in the morning time we have a lot of senior volunteers or the recycling volunteers joining us, so it's easy for we to show the visitors what they are doing, what they do every day. But in the afternoon time, the recycling volunteers, most of them, I have to say, 2/3 of them, they went home for their afternoon rest or they return home to do their everyday thing. So it's quite difficult for we to like show the true scene of how our volunteers volunteering in our recycling section. So it really have to see who is coming, because you have to see who are the audience and then what you got to say. If you have a group of people, English is not their first language, you can't speak too fast, because in the beginning I was speaking really fast and my mom was, she was like assisting me, like next to me, and then she said, slow down a little bit, you speak too fast. And then afterwards I started to think, oh, like my mom said, maybe the English is not their first language, it's their second language. They could understand English, but I can't speak too fast. And then if I speak too fast, I can't really get them to get the concepts, what's the philosophy or the spirit of the Tzu Chi. I even lost the chance to get them to know the beauty of the Tzu Chi. So we have to really to see who are the visitors and what's their background. And if they are, like I said, the earlier time I received the students from the college, the language I use, I should be more friendly for the college students. I shouldn't be the same every time I receive different group of the people. So I always to see the like age group, if they are much younger, like I sometimes receive the international students in Taiwan, like Taipei American School, or maybe the students from Taipei European School, and then their their age is like a wide range, like from age 6 to like age like 19 or age 18 or 16. The language I use, I should be changed. So for the foreign language team, if you are guiding the visitors to understand or to know more about Tzu Chi, I really recommend you to know that who is visiting and why they are visiting, because there's always a story behind it. For example, sometimes the senators of a country, or maybe sometimes the governor from the country, they want to visit Tzu Chi. I often ask one question from the person, the contact window, say that why they are visiting us. They are the officers of their country, or maybe they are the officers of the education department, or maybe they are the officers or the governors of the environmental department. And if you know their background, you can share more what they want. For example, if they are from environmental department, and I'll share more about what we do for recycling. And then they might say, oh, sister, for example, like the bags on my table, for example, like the bag, you say you have to cut off the tape and cut off the stickers and to keep this PP material in the same pile. But in my country, it can't be work, because we are fortunate in Tzu Chi, we have a lot of volunteers. dedicating on these details. And of course, I tell these officers, dear officers, or maybe say Mr. Jeffrey, for example, Mr. Jeffrey, don't worry. We know the concepts we are applying in Tzu Chi in Taiwan would be quite different from your country. But believe in yourself. We teach them the Jingsi aphorism in a way they understand. I share with them, you are important in your country. So that's why you can represent in your country to visit our recycling center. So don't underestimate your capability. Even though you can't separate the bags as detailed as we do in Tzu Chi, but please remember, one decision for your work, one decision you said in your meeting with your people, it counts. Even you change by your daily life habit, it counts. So I say to them that we can't just see the big picture. Wow, it's wonderful what you did with the recycling in your recycling center is amazing. But I can't do it in my country. We can't find many volunteers. I will encourage them. For example, I say, what if, say, if you drink the coffee 3 times a day and then you have the disposal one, and then you are wasting the 3 cups per day. What if you bring your own cup, or maybe you bring your own container to buy your thing? I believe your co-workers, your colleagues see your changes, and then they will do something differently. They learn something from you. Or, like I say, maybe later on, the decision you are in your work might really affecting a lot. So never underestimate. So I sometimes, or I should say I always, I have Master Cheng Yan's Dharma or Jingsi aphorism in a simple way, put it in words, put it in like more real life thing. And then I share with them, and then they start to think, oh yeah, if I can use my coffee cup instead of using the disposal one for each day, I can save 1 cup. And then for 20 working days, he can save 20 cups, isn't it? So it's not that hard, because sometimes they see the big thing or the amazing achievements Tzu do. But actually, I say to them, even our founder, Master Cheng Yan, she started with 5 cents NT dollar, only 5 cents. And then now we are having 128 countries being like helped or relieved, or having received our relief work in their country. So it all started with one seed to become infinity. So I made all this like Tzu Chi philosophy or Tzu Chi spirit during I receive all these visitors. But these are crucial because you have to know what you share. So that's why I say, who is coming? What's their background? And what time they are coming and why they are coming. So if this is one of the stop they visit, and then later on they'll go to Dai Television, or maybe they'll go to Jinsa Bowl to say their gratitude towards Master Cheng Yan. I even had a joke. I said, oh, lucky you. Tomorrow you'll see Master Cheng Yan. Please say hi for me to my master. To make the connect, to let them feel that even for it's just one day or maybe just a few hours they visit Tzu Chi, to let them feel the warmth and the link between each of us. So for example, I have visitors from the Philippines, and I know they are Tima members. And I said, oh, each year you meet Master Cheng Yan during the Moon Festival. I would really love to join you all, but for this year I can't go. I do say 2 things. But like last year, I went for interpretation. I really like the atmosphere, everybody sharing there, and etc. etc. I share my experience and what I learned from Tzu Chi, how I feel in Tzu Chi. I share with the people whenever they visit. Not only the thing we want to share with them, like the recyclables or the place they have to visit, but at the same time, they then feel to know that it's a warm place you would like to stay whenever you encounter maybe a bit difficulty in your life, or maybe one like a phrase you learn from Master Cheng Yan, but you put it into your life, and then you can share the true story in your life to them. I found it's quite touching because you can see from their eyes because once I do, before COVID, I think the last 3 or 4 group, I received the journalists from the States. They are coming from over 18 states. So that is also the background I search. I asked sisters how many of them are from different states, because I used to stay in Ohio State. So that means if it happened, we have the visitors or the journalists or news reporters or anchor. Some of them are anchors. They are real anchors from like CNN or etc. So I can make the connect. Oh, is there any of you from Ohio State? Raise your hand. And then some of them raise their hand and say, oh, I used to live there for 2 years. And then we make the connect. And then afterwards, I tour them. We walk to see like seniors, volunteers, how they sorting the papers and everything. I remember one journalist, he was from New Jersey, and he was folding his arm like this for all the time for the touring. And I can feel he's like he's harsh, he doesn't really think it's really helping the Mother Earth. So how do I soften him? I do not try to change others' thoughts, but I was thinking there's really something warmth you should see in our recycling station. So in the beginning, he was like this, walking around and then folding his arms, and his face was really hard. So whenever I see these kind of people, in my mind, in my brain, I try to think, is there something we can touch him? Or maybe we can't touch him, but at least I can plant a seed in the future. So I see the grannies, they are sorting the paper. For example, I can find something on my table. Okay, this. For example, like A4 paper like this. You know the grannies in Taiwan, in our recycling station, they use the scissors to cut it off with the ink potted area, and then they save the blank white area. And I say to this gentleman, I say, let's guess, have a guess. If this group of grannies, we have 5 baskets saved in one morning with the pure white paper, after 20 days, how many baskets she can save? And he start to calculate. Oh, it will be 100 baskets of the pure white paper will be saved with this group of granny. I say, yeah, 100 pure white paper will be saved in 1 month. So we have 500, let's say 200 recycling station have this group of granny are saving this 100 basket of the pure white paper. We multiply with 200. Wow. How many baskets of the pure white paper will be saved? And he started to do the counting. And then he did not fold his hands anymore, because he thought it's not effective for we do. But I show him that even the small amount of thing they accumulate each day, they can save the water, they can save the chemical, they can save the bleach to make the recycled paper in the future. Because with the pure white, you use lots of the water, bleach, and chemical to make it into the recycled paper. But with one color printed one, you need a bit more. But of course, don't mention with the color paper we have in our hand, it needs a bit more bleach and chemical water to make it into the recycled paper. So throughout these examples, this New Jersey journalist, he turned into the softened face. I can see that from his face. And then I start to understand, like Master Jane, she said that there's nothing impossible. There's always a way, or always a saying, or maybe a phrase, or maybe some small thing to touch someone's heart if we're really doing something. Like I say, we do what we say what we do. We don't make it up, but it's really happen every day. So I gave them the examples. So that's why in the beginning I say that we have to do the things, our experience, or like I say, I have to receive 120 college students. How do I look or sound like convincible or confident? I have to get my hands dirty before I do something or before I say something, because that's truth, what we do in our Tzu Chi world. Okay, let me see. What time is it? Okay, it's about 7. So let me share. Let me see if I can still share one of the picture, because as you know, in Taiwan, we are also suffering from the problem of the COVID, and we can't do a lot of things like we used to be. So what I do, like I say, in the earlier time, I almost received like 7 or 8 groups in a week. And that really occupied my time when I send my boys to school. So I can spend my volunteering work during the daytime and before I pick up my children. So often, if I receive the task like task say that messaging me that, sister, could you do the interpretation for 4-in-1 camp? And I often say to them that, okay, I can on duty for 1 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Between this time, I'm free. I can go to like Guandu, I can go to Guandu Jingshi Hall, or maybe I can go to Dai Television to do this kind, this time frame. I'm like having this spare time, not on the duty for being a mom, but for this free time, I quickly like go to the Jingshi Hall to help with the 4-in-1 translation or interpretation. So some of you might wonder how we're preparing for the interpretation for the lifetime. Actually, I learned a bit of skill during I was in college. I do take the lesson because I took the major learning like translation or proofreading and also the interpretation. I learned a bit of skill. The teacher told us when you hear something, if you do the simultaneous interpretation, like our brain has to like memorize something here and you have to say something from here. It's like parallel. You have to do the things at the same time. So for the practicing, it's the better way is to listen and also watch the Dharma teaching of Master Cheng Yen. You see the captions and you start to train. You hear from Master Cheng Yen. Of course, you have to understand the Dharma or understand the speaker's concepts, and then you generate in your brain what is he or she saying or what is Master Cheng Yen trying to deliver. You understand, then you can say it out, because you have to understand. Otherwise, you just translate word by word. For the audience, they can't really understand what you're saying. So you have to understand what they are saying or Master Cheng Yen is saying, and then understand the Dharma, and then you translate at the same time. So we are like simultaneously, like means she say 1 or 2 sentence or 4 sentence, and then we translate at the same time. At the same time, we have to remember what they're saying at the same time, and then we translate. So it's kind of training you have to do by yourself, or I have to say you have to really take or watch Master Cheng Yen's teaching, or like a lot of Tzu Chi volunteers sharing Dai television, and if they have English subtitles or the captions, I do strongly recommend you to see those, and also the Journal of Tzu Chi in English. That would help, because some certain Dharma words you have to learn and remember once something came out, and it can translate directly. Okay, so it really needs to train. Of course, for the interpretation, we have to know the background of the speakers. For like later on, you have Shi Baba's lesson, and then you know his background, you know a bit of the speaker's background will really help you. Or maybe if in head you can get their PowerPoint, it will be, oh, Brother Stephen. Hi,
hello.
yeah, like Shi Baba, his lesson is often, found he's speaking in Taiwanese and sometimes in Chinese. But if you know his background, that will be really helping for you to translate or interpret his lesson. So this is an interesting part. So the one very last thing I want to share with you, like in earlier time, the photo I'm sharing with you is, I said before COVID, we can receive. Yes, we can receive a lot of international visitors, or sometimes I went to the interpretation in like camps of Tzu Chi. But after COVID, what I do, I started because that means I have more time. So I started to lead the study group in our 小组. Like in Taiwan, we have small group from different districts. We're separating them into different group, and I start to lead the study group. But in the beginning, I was a bit refusing or afraid, I should say, because in our group we have a lot of senior volunteers. They see me when I was little, and now I'm leading them to do the study group. I found it's a bit weird, you know. They are leading me when I was little, and then now I'm like receiving them having the study group. But afterwards, I had the encouraged by my mother. She said that if you don't do the study group, in our group, these senior volunteers, they had bad eyesight. They can't read properly. They can watch the television, but if they can take the Dharma in action through the study group, or they can take the Dharma deeply in their mind, plant in their heart, that would be great. So then I started to read and study Master Cheng Yen's Lotus Sutra. And then I started to find that the study group really helped me because I can plant the Dharma seed deeply in my mind. Whenever myself, my personal life, I encounter any problem or question, I can utilize the Dharma I learned from the book, learned from Master Cheng Yen, and then to transform or shift my mind to see the thing differently. Like I saw the thing before, quite different. I really find it really useful. I believe your group, like the volunteers in this chat room, also found the Dharma study really help us to shift our thoughts in our daily life. So the picture I'm sharing now, that is happening when during the COVID time, we do sometimes have some of the volunteer task we have to involve, like before we are packing for the Ukraine refugees. So this is the photo. I went to packing the packages for the refugees or the Ukraine people who flee out of their country. They went to Poland, and our government called out, say that Tzu Chi volunteers, can you help us to packing or sorting the things, and then we can pack, deliver to Poland for the people who ran out or flee out of Ukraine. So that is one of the things I involved. And of course, before that, I also involved with the packaging, with the the senior people who elderly who live in their home, and then they can't go out. And then each year during the Moon Festival, our volunteers will do the home visitation for the seniors or who are living in the poverty, and then they'll bring the packaging to the people who need it. At the same time, Tzu Chi University also received a lot of students from Ukraine. And me, myself, and also Yaying's sister, and also some of the volunteers from my year age or maybe younger, they are also returned from Australia. And then we form a group about 4 or 5 people. We receive the students from Ukraine, and we give them the welcoming, and also we met the sushi with them, give them the feeling like they are not alone. And then from them, we learn from these Ukraine students. They say to us that it's very hard for them to like come to Taiwan, all the application, all the difficulties, and then they come to Tzu Chi World in Tzu Chi University, and with a group of people, they found the warmth. Even though they don't have to worry about the environment of their education, they don't have to worry about other things, but still they often ran home. They call home and say that what they are doing in Taiwan, what they learn in Taiwan, but they often say the Tzu Chi Baba Mama. They say, they call me Tzu Chi Mama. I think I'm not that old. They say, oh, Tzu Chi Mama, we thank you. We come to Taiwan, we feel safe, but the warmth was brought by Tzu Chi and this group of people. I think that's all I want to share today. And there is 3 more minutes. Is there any question from what I often do in a foreign language team and what I often do with the interpretation? And after, during the COVID period of time, what I do, of course, helping something not in person, but like today we can do online. We do online translation, we do online courses, and it's really thankful for the technology. So any questions so far? That's what I always ask when I receive the visitors
Yes,
from
I have a
overseas.
very
Yes,
important
please.
question for you, Sister Gloria.
Yes, please.
What is the most difficult question that you have received from your international visitors? The most difficult one.
Yes, that is very important, because the most difficult thing is how many and how much of the recyclables of which things, how many kilograms or how many tons of the thing you recycled for that year. I think that is the most difficult one. So I check the Tzu Chi annual booklet, and then they usually have the number of the year before. Or if I don't have the number, but I have the tour guide's text, line or whatever, and I'll check. And then when they leave the recycling station, I text them, I found the number, and I'll reply you. I think that's the most difficult one. The number thing, like how much of the
How many trees
how
you
ma-
save? Or
yeah, how many
yeah.
trees you save, or last year how many tons of the thing. A lot of foreigners, they like the number thing. So if
Yeah.
I can quickly search online, because sometimes they have to spend time go to the ladies' room or gentleman's room, and I'll use the spare time. I quickly search online. So I really think for the technology, I'll quickly search online. I say, oh, last year or 2 years before, we saved how many trees, because from 慈济年鉴 for the Tzu Chi annual booklet, we have the number, because we say the things we know. We don't make it up. So if there's some question I don't really know, and I said, oh, that was a really good question, but I have to honestly to tell you that I don't really know. I have to find the answers. So if there's some senior sisters around me, and I say to them that, do you know the answers? Or I ask them, could you help me to find the answers? And then between their visit, only 1.5 hour or 2 hour, I can quickly reply to them. But between these 2 hours, I can't find the answer. I'll try to find the contact windows contact, and I'll message them later on if I can find the answer, because that is also the image of us. We give them what they expected. So that's there's nothing difficult. It's a way how we can find the answer.
Yeah,
So
the best answer is to I'll let you know later. Yeah.
Yes, but of course we do really didn't know later.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a really good question. Okay, so I think I can open up for one more question. If there's any of you online really want to know me or
Any question
anything.
for Sister Gloria from our audience here?
I like questions. That's how I receive
maybe
the
I have
visitors.
another question for you.
Yes,
There's none from others.
Yes.
Any controversial questions that you receive from your visitors regarding Tzu Chi or whatnot? Difficult in a sense that just now I think you answered the facts and the figures. What about controversial matters?
You mean the sensitive questions?
Sensitive questions, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I don't know. Maybe some of you know that Nehu recycling stations suffer, or should I say suffer, or encounter some of the place thing, the ground thing, the building thing, and that was quite sensitive during that time. And some of the visitors, of course, they come from Western country. They might not know what's happening in the news or what's really happening in our recycling station or Nehu recycling station. But their company, their people come with them. Some of them are from Taiwan. And then they might say, hey, sister, we heard the news, etc., etc. And of course, I open my mind. I say, When I was little, I started the Tzu Chi volunteer work with my mom. This place looks like this. And now it still looks like this. All the changes are the buildings around us. Now it's more new buildings for the residents, for the construction company. They can sell in a good price. So of course they see our land, this plant is quite huge, but we are using it as like we used to be. It's for recycling, it's for community. There is no use for individuals. So as you can see, the place is not pleasant. If you have the chance to see our Tzu Chi recycling station in Neihu, in summer day, we don't have air conditioning for our recycling volunteers. It's really hot. It is even leaking. You know, the roof is leaking. I say to them, can you think of your grandma or your grandpa, even your father, mother, doing the recycling with us? We are not for ourselves. It's for our plants. It's for our Mother Earth. When I was little, it looks like this. Today, after 20 years, Neihu Recycling Station, it still looks like this. We haven't changed a bit. Only the thing we do is like Master Jin, she told us, we try to benefit our environment. That's all. So I showed them the place. It's not fancy. It's hot, really hot. Even in wintertime, it's extremely cold because we don't have much shade around us. We can't do much with the land because of the regulation. And I say to them that we do respect the decision of the government, but we still do the thing we want to do for the Mother Earth. Nothing fancy, but only not easy thing we are doing for the community. If you are willing, want to know more, I welcome you to join us, and then you'll understand why we're insisting doing the recycling in this place. So that's how I answer this kind of sensitive question about our land.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful, Sister Gloria. Yeah, thanks so much for
Yeah,
sharing your very important experience and your dedication. I believe, I think there's no formula how to become a good volunteer, especially to handle all these visitors. I think what you have shared with us is I think is really mindful of what you are doing, and then improvise as you deal with each visitors, each group. I think you need to handle them differently. Yeah, I think you have done well, Sister Gloria. We have learned so much from you, Sister Gloria. And thank you for coming to join us, and thank you for your wonderful sharing. Yeah, okay, so much. Yeah. Okay, now we shall move on to our next speaker, our next sharer. I think I don't need to introduce much our brother Stephen Huang. I think, yeah, maybe a short one. 33 years ago, I think brother is a wealthy businessman by the name of Mr. Stephen Huang. Met Master Chen Yan in Hualien, and then that meeting changed his life. He has since committed his whole life to bring the spirit and mission of Tzu Chi to USA and to all over the world. He was the founder of Tzu Chi USA in 1989. The first chapter, Tzu Chi chapter, in fact, outside Taiwan. So I think Brother Stephen Huang literally became the hands and legs of Master Chen Yan. I dare say he's the #1 most traveled Tzu Chi volunteer. That's why I guess he deserves to be given the title Executive Director of Tzu Chi Global Volunteers. So without much further ado, but before that, I think maybe Master Huang, you want to say something, is it? Hi, Master Huang.
Hi, good morning. Auspicious greeting to everyone and Happy New Year. Yeah, as tomorrow we're going to move forward to a New Year's, as I hope that everyone is fine. So anyway, I'm so happy that today in the Jingsi Xingdian Jingsi Tang, Jingsi Hall, with our beloved Master Sangren, and also with our old volunteers who accompany our masters for her journey. She's going to finish her second journey around Taiwan after a couple of days later on. So now, in the very beginning, I'm sincerely thanked to Brother Stephen Huang, which is our Master Huang, and actually we are, we say Dharma relative Fa Qing. So we have the same surname as well. So actually, very thank you to Brother Huang, who has helped doing bring the Tzu Chi USA. In a society increasingly marked with material indulgence and technological advance, furthering the distance between people. Actually, we hope to bring the life back to the basic, which is focused on the simplicity and love, the compassion as well, and loving kindness. So as we believe a world filled with a great love, there are no boundaries nor differentiation between races, religions, and socio-economic status. So that's why in Tzu Chi world we can have different what we so-called hierarchy or different level of volunteers, and without the ages, in the range between the age can be from a baby to adults and to the old senior adult as well. So furthermore, and I think let's welcome our Tzu Chi Global CEO, Brother Stephen Huang. He is going to share with us about the topic of his own story of life in Tzu Chi world. So now let's seize the moment to listen to his wonderful sharing insight. So maybe we also very happy that he might be use most of the Chinese to do the sharing. So maybe you need some people to do some translation on the English title.
Yeah.
So that because he say in Chinese will be much more many wonderful stories on those years. Indeed. So now let's welcome.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you very much, Master Huang. Thank you very much. Let me adjust the camera so I can take off my mask after Master Huang left, and we can speak freely. Thank you, Master Huang. Yeah. Okay. You can see there's a mark on my face because I wear the mask all these days, almost 2-3 months already, every day. And almost every day we have to do PCRs. And almost every day have to scare because of somebody next to you get positive, Like yesterday, we just had one brother and who is with us all the time, And then because I'm the one sit beside Master during the breakfast, during the lunchtime, take off the mask. So Sister Lin Biyu and me are the most two closest to the Master person next to the Master. So we got to be very, very careful. Yeah. Anyway, thanks to you all, and Master Huang invited me to join this group. Although I think maybe later on I will speak more of Mandarin rather than English, although I live in the United States like 47, 48 years. But mainly for the last 33 years, I'm in Tzu Chi world. So as you know, Tzu Chi worlds, I speak, most of them are Mandarin, Chinese, or Taiwanese. And then when I study deep into the Buddhism or Buddha's teaching, I can explain or express much better in Mandarin. So somebody can help me and put the English subtitles for me if I get stuck. Okay. Well, first, let me say Happy New Year to you all. And tomorrow will be 2023 in Taiwan. And time passes so fast, But this morning, I received a story. It says, when the rooster yelling, every morning, maybe the day will break, or maybe the sun won't come up. But if the rooster didn't yelling, maybe the sun still rise, and then the day break. 就是说，公鸡有叫当然每天天就亮不管你看得到太阳看不到太阳。公鸡不叫天照样亮。Okay, if the rooster didn't yelling, every day is still rolling. But If you wake up, you pass one day. If you didn't wake up, you pass one life. So today, December 31st, is the last day. So I hope I can see everybody tomorrow morning. That means we're still alive. So how long is our life? Buddha asked the disciple, how long? Somebody said 1 month, 1 day, 1 meal time. But the real answer and the correct answer is in and out of your breath. 呼吸之间. Talking about inhale and exhale, I want to ask you all, when we come to this world, what do you think the first breath is, in or ex? Is inhale or exhale? So I ask a lot of this question for the past 20, 30 years. A lot of people say inhale. Few people say exhale. But according to my observation, I think exhale is the correct answer. You try to yell, okay? When the baby first yelling, wah, okay? The first cry of the baby. You try, wah. If you inhale, there's no voice, no sound. If exhale, yes, wah, ha, yeah, because painful. Because I regret, I come again, okay? I come again. Sad, so crying. Now, how come nobody's smiling or laugh when they arrive in this world, the first time, first day, first moment? 为什么不笑着来呢？哈哈哈，妈妈我来了。No, it's all crying. Did everybody think about this? Why? How about the last moment? The last moment when we're ready to go, when we are dying. The last 呼吸 last breath, 是 in or exhale, inhale or exhale. Still, some people say in, some people say exhale. According to my observation, I still think exhale is the last one. 所以你们常常听到人家说三长两短 ，three long, two short， 三长两短啊，三长就是呼出去，两短就是吸进来。Twice inhale, 3 times, then 一气不来啊，即为来世。When you cannot breathe one more time, then you died, you passed away, your life ended, right? So it's the exhale. So 都是呼，都是呼。No wonder Buddha or Master Cheng Yen taught us before 这个数息法就是 concentrate your mind, concentrate your mind on your breathing. 吸短，呼长。吸短，呼长。Your lung can only take so much air, oxygen. But you can control, somebody can control maybe 30 seconds, 60 seconds, even 120 seconds. 呼长。So from this, I'm thinking about life. Now I'm 75, okay? Age 75. Although Master say take out 50, so only 25 years old, which is true. My mind, I think I'm 25 again, okay? Actually, I joined this Tzu Chi at the age of 41, and I'm always thinking I'm 41, 42. 你永葆青春的方法就是心永远年轻，你的心要永远年轻。So a lot of people kind of praise me, say, "Oh, you look so young. You look so young." I say, "Yeah, my heart look young. My heart already pumping 74, 75 years already. Much stronger than my automobile iron car. Iron car maybe 20 years we destroyed. I cannot move a little bit. But my heart already pumping 74 years, 75 years. Amazing. 我们的身体啊是一个 amazing universe， 就像这个宇宙3000大千世界 is amazing. That's what when Buddha enlightened, he found the truth of this universe. The truth is 他发现真理。He discovered the truth, 真理。He is not create the truth. 他没有创造真理，这是佛教的说法。This is Buddhism, okay? 当然，别的基督教的说法，别的回教的说法 ，I respect 我们要 respect all religions, expressing how the world started. 但是依照佛陀的说法，天地万物本自具足，法尔如是。See, now I'm stuck with English. 法尔如是就本来就在那里。那你问这本来又怎么来 ？Okay, then you never get the answer, just like chicken or eggs. Okay, chicken or egg 这一种的问题 ，this kind of question, if you ask Buddha, 他会告诉你非正问 ，this is not a right or correct or right way of ask question. 什么叫非正问呢？就是说这个世间可能我们智慧不够we don't reach that kind of wisdom, or 可能还是有很多不可思议的事情，没有办法用言语来解释。So how can you express? So after 那个 before Buddha Nirvana 人家Buddha 就说我没有说一个字 ，I didn't teach a word， 我没有说一个字。That's why 佛陀在世没有留下一个字，也没有留下一个录音带，也没有留下一张信或者一个纸Because when you try to explain Buddhism or Buddha's teaching, with your language, it's already secondary. With your wording, already secondary. 为什么心印心the story of 拈花微笑有没有佛陀大梵天王拿一朵花给 Buddha. The Buddha take the flower and show around his disciples, and nobody know what's the meaning, what's going on. And only 大迦叶尊者，大迦叶破颜微笑 ，smile when Buddha is moving the flower， 破颜微笑。你看看这个中文字已经是多么的漂亮，跟这个真实意就破颜，破颜你怎么讲？怎么笑叫破颜？大笑吗？小笑吗？微笑吗？就是破颜，就是你的颜貌，本来是很严肃 serious， 然后 you smile， 这个是不是这个叫破颜 ？I don't know. Everybody's 破颜微笑 is different 所以言语道断，心行机灭，就是说这个法你只要用讲出来就是第二义了 ，OK？ 所以以心印心了。So let's come back to 的现实的这个生活1974 after my military service, after graduate from university, and then I went to United States to study. Although I was the law student, law degree, but I studied business. And after the study, I started my own business with the blue jean business, with some construction, with some real estate investment. And in 1980, I started with my good friends group. We established a bank in Los Angeles. But in 1989, that's the year, okay? That's the year I met Master Cheng Yen. But before that, my eldest brother, who is 13 years older than me, all of a sudden get cancer and passed away during a couple months. And I'm very sad, okay? 非常难过, okay? Because he's the one. We have 10 brothers and sisters in my family. So everybody think what rank I am. I'm in. Okay, I have 4 elder brothers, 2 elder sisters, 1 younger sister, 2 younger brothers. So 我是老几啊？你们有算得出来 ？Okay. So my eldest brother is the one carrying me at the back when I'm a little, like 1 year old, 2 years old, because at that time he is 15, 16 already. Okay. So he's passed away. He kind of wake me up, just like the first of this speech. 每天公鸡叫的时候，你醒来了吗？你说我醒来了，我眼睛睁开了，我起来了，我刷牙漱口。Okay, I started to breakfast. 这个呢，这个醒在佛教里面不是真的醒来，这个是 physically you wake up. It's not really enlightened. 我们讲 enlightened 觉醒，所以加一个觉字 enlightened, wake up, awake. 所以你是真的醒吗？不是，是身体上你醒了，但是呢，你的精神有醒吗？很多人还是迷啊。You don't know what you are doing in your life, although you're already 60 years old, even 70 years old. 所以为什么以前我们常常听到说30而立，40而不惑，50而知天命。When you reach year 50, do you know what are you doing or what you should do during your life? At age 60,耳顺 whatever you hear, no problem. I can take it. Is that it? 真的吗？60岁耳顺吗？60岁人都生气，照样是打架，照样是吵。那70岁呢？70岁呢？从心所欲不逾矩啊！哇，做什么事情都很开心，碰到什么境界都很开心。Whatever situation you encountered, there's nothing hardship for you. You can overcome all the time. Is that so? 真的吗？70岁就可以真的吗？假如你真的做得到，那就表示 physically you awake, mentally you awake too. 但是还是在人世间，你觉得说我已经还不错，我找到人生的方向 ，I found out the value of my life， 也只是这样而已。至于对还是不对，那就不见得。那每个人一生的价值观 ，I think so different， 每个人不一样，东方人跟西方人不一样 ，OK， 所以我最主要是要告诉大家是说，我们佛教徒Buddhist， 我们做三宝弟子，尤其是各位我们进来慈济，我们 met Master Cheng Yen，just like me， 这个就是我们的皈依师。There's thousands of maybe million Dharma Master, OK？ 但是为什么我们皈依的是上人Master Cheng Yen？ 这就因缘了 ，karma。We have the most closest relations, closest karma。我们跟上人有最深的因缘。师徒缘 ，Master and disciple， 就像我其实认识上人之前 ，before I met Master, I met many other masters， 但是我跟他们比较没有这么深的缘，顶多是捐几个钱去拜访他。但是1989 after I went to Hualien, I saw Tzu Chi Hospital, I saw 净师 aboard。I listened to Master's teaching and how Master explained to me why she established 克难慈济功德会, why she's doing that. I'm very touched. I think the first day I bring the checks and I kind of respect and I also tell her I'll follow her in first day. But the third day I went back to Hualien again. The 5th day, 第5天, I become master's disciple in the morning on 6 o'clock in the morning, 6点的时候做早课，上人就给我皈依了法号思贤From then, everybody called me Sis Gloria. I almost forgot my real name. Okay, so 5 years later, I retired from business world. Why? Because 我的私人静思语静思这个大家都知道静思语都是公开的嘛，哪里有私人的？但是那一天上人跟我讲这个的时候 ，she asked me, okay, 500块台币，500 yuan NT do you have enough to eat 500 NT? Vegetarian, okay, maybe each meal cost me 80, so 3 meals 240. Within 2 seconds, I answer, yes, master, enough, but I still have 260 left. 240嘛，还有260 enough. So 私人静思语来了够了，你还在忙什么 ？Enough, but you are still so busy, fighting or try to earn more of your wealth, try to earn more money. 那个时候还在做生意嘛，还在做建设炒地皮想要赚更多的钱虽然是这个加入慈济，但是我也想多捐一点所以上人的那一句话呢，就让我想说，够了，你还在忙什么 ？Enough? Why you are so busy? 你看中文的这个忙字心亡because you're chasing after money. 所以你的心发狂，驰骋田猎令人心发狂When you're hunting, you're chasing after the animals, then you almost go crazy. You try to kill something. You have the target there. You try to fight it down. You try to shoot it down. That's during the war. 在战争的时候people get red eyes, 杀了眼红，你知道吗？所以心已经发狂了。You go crazy. You insane now. You insane. The money can make you insane. The love make you insane. 爱情也是一样金钱也是一样。How about power? 权力也是让人腐败Power get you rotten. 所以说名将利所权位情官名 the reputation, okay, like 缰绳叫马的那个牛的那个肉把它扣住了我要名利my reputation is so important. 我的脸面，我的我爱面子那利呢就是钱嘛 money. 利好像 luck 一样 luck you in during the business more money, make more money. 但是呢90几岁还在赚钱所以我们常常讲说身体都没有好了，命都没有了，有钱有用吗？有钱那么多，命都没了，没命去享福所以名将利所权劳权就是 power， 就像 jail 一样你看 a lot of 这个people have a lot of power like president, okay, after they step down they get locked up. I don't have to tell you who, okay. 很多人呢就被关起来了，因为他们在做总统的时候就是做了很多不好的事情嘛。最后最难的情关人家说情关难过 love 爱欲我们的贪欲因为什么？因为我们这个身体是爸爸爱妈妈 Daddy love mommy, then give the birth, 把我们生下来，这个就是爱。但这是小爱，爱欲为生死根本生也是爱欲来，死也是爱欲走，生死根本。所以我们今天要找到如何了生脱死。很多人说了生脱死意思就是说我 这世界太苦了。This is so-called 世界 the world is suffering, okay? Suffering, all kind of suffering. I don't want to come back. 哦，你想不来就不来了啊！所以很多出家人 become monk 啊，就是说我要了生脱死，我这年完了，我不想来了。年完了不是那么简单 ，OK？ 但是上人解释了生脱死 ，What meaning of 了生脱死？当然，你假如说哦，我修到一个地步，我可以不再来投胎了，诸漏已尽，不受后有啊，诸事已办，不受后有啊。那当然，你要修到阿罗汉也好，甚至啊，你觉得你已经断舍离 ，OK？You cut off all the ties with this 娑婆世界啊，那你可以完全 pure 啊 ，purify your mind and never have any friction or never have worrisome or never have anything， 烦恼已尽，诸漏已尽了啊，那可以，那可以了生脱死。但是哦，你还没有成佛以前啊，都还会有因缘，可能还会到人间或者到三恶道 ，OK？ 这个就是布达告诉我们，就算你到了菩萨，菩提萨瓦 ，you still have to work harder 啊，要修行的更认真啊，跟众生的缘要圆满啊，你才要得阿耨多罗三藐三菩提，才得达到的意思，不是 get something， no， you reach the rim of Buddha 啊 ，how 啊，大家都知道Heart Sutra 心经啊，一般若波罗蜜多故得阿耨多罗三藐三菩提，一般若波罗蜜多，般若波罗蜜多什么意思啊？这是无上的智慧，the wisdom, the top wisdom， 再没有比这更高的了。但是在这个之前，你看看心经，在这之前，一般若波罗蜜多故，心无挂碍。你这个要在前面呢，心要没有挂碍啊，要没有烦恼啊。那你想想看，我们没挂碍吗？啊，各位师兄师姐、师父师伯啊，你现在还有什么挂碍？太多了啊，太多了。你的儿女、你的财产 ，your wealth, your health, your children, your company, your house, your car。好，就算我们慈济人啊，这些我都可以少欲知足，放下自在啊，我都这些物欲而世界哦。情呢？亲情、友情、爱情，你可以断吗？除非出家，出家人也不见得断得了。你的父母、你的儿女、你的先生、你的太太、亲戚朋友，甚至你最好的朋友的 friendship， 甚至现在实际的法亲，你割舍得了吗？是完全可以放下吗？所以你说要心无挂碍，没那么简单。So you need practice. You need practice. 慈济 is the organization, the group, the place. Okay, Master is the teacher. All brothers and sisters is your company. But you yourself is the one make a decision. How high of the rim, 多高的境界 you want to reach? How purified you want to purify your mind? How pure you purify your mind? 你的心要多清净这也不是说我要清净就清净，因为凡事很多啊，恼事很多，就是做慈济也有很多烦恼啊。你看多少人 in and out 受证了， get commissioner badge. Couple years later, or even 10 years later, something happened. Somebody tell you something, then 你走开了 you leave, you drop off. 你跳机跳船了，离开慈济的船，离开慈济的飞机了。你想想看，没有那么简单。就算你在慈济 ，OK， 上人说佛心施治，佛心就希望说，每天我们的心就是佛菩萨，你每天做的事情就是师父想要做的事情，这个就是 We must give you the commissioner badge。The forwarding 佛心施治，就是要告诉你，从现在开始你的心，讲直白一点好了，从现在开始你就是佛，你就是菩萨。你看 ，must call us 菩萨 all the time。各位环保菩萨，各位志工菩萨 all the time。Are we really 菩提萨吗 ？No。但是上人已经 expect us to be 菩萨那每天要做的事情就是上人要做的事情，上人要做的事情叫做施治。Three wishes： 人心净化，社会祥和，天下无灾难。How to reach Master's wishes? The three big vows of Master 正言，如何达到呢？慈善、医疗、教育，人文，甚至环境保护、社区志工、骨髓捐赠、国际赈灾等等等等。好，我们现在讨论一下，为什么佛心施治挂上去以后，我们还要离开上人，我们要离开慈济。其实我不知道了哈，很多地方流失的委员很多 ，Commissioner lost, never show up again. Why?我现在在讲说，好，就算你家里啊，什么爱情啊、金钱啊，你可以舍弃啊什么，但是实际碰到一点事情人家跟你 complain 一些话，或者侮辱你啊，或者 insult you or something, then you cannot stand it, then you left, you leave. 所以你说修行简不简单啊？不简单啊。但是是不是个好修行的地方 ？Yes.It's a good place if you can stay on, if you can stick on it, if you can hold your mind 咬住青山不放松我们跟着上人，听的是佛经，修的是自己。Once more 我最近常常跟大家讲，我们听的是佛经 ，We listen is Buddha's teaching, we follow Master 正言 ，but most important, we cultivate ourselves, our mind. 修的是自己 You work for yourself. You do Tzu Chi for yourself, not for others, not for Master, not for Buddha, not for... Yes, maybe for human being, but actually it's for you. So, 他人与我何有哉？为什么你要被别人的一句话让你离开呢？这个就是你的智慧不够，你的耐心不足。你没有忍辱波罗蜜讲来讲去了，你没有用佛心。你看佛陀割肉喂鹰，舍身喂虎忍辱仙人，把他四肢都剁掉，鼻子耳朵都剁掉当然这个是 story from 佛经但是 yes can be true， 因为呢，当身心无垢的时候，身心分离的时候事实上是可以做到很多不可思议的事情。Look at 那个 India 的那个很多瑜伽的那个它的铁可以从这边穿过去，它可以睡在铁钉的床上面the nail bed 简直是人不可以忍受的，他们都可以做到。因为什么？因为他们已经修到一个地步。但是这些以佛陀来讲，96种外道教就是一种邪邪不是邪恶，而是偏邪。当然邪恶也是邪恶了，但是这个邪就是你偏掉了所以无益之苦当远离Buddha teach us, okay? No, the suffering is, if the suffering is no meaning, don't try it. 所以后来他从苦行林出来嘛 ，right？Then he is almost dying，所以那个牧羊女才给他那个 yogurt 羊两肉吃了，他就才能够去继续修行嘛，所以有很多瑜伽士啊，或者是印度的婆罗门教修行人，他们是虐待自己的身体当然，你说那是一种修行方法 ，yes， 但是到了一个地步，没有再超越的话，then you stuck in there， 还是没有办法成佛，还是没有办法。所以我今天现在要告诉大家的是什么？慈济好修行 ，OK？ 为什么？为什么慈济好修行 ？Because during our 慈济的这个生命里面。你看 ，Master give us a lot of 福田lot of 这个众生，让我们去 service 付出，不断的付出，不管你金钱时间或者你去爱去救灾感恩户去洗窗洗这个地上脏乱甚至到医院做志工OK volunteer in hospitals or you go to disaster area. Yes, you are giving.You are giving. When you giving, then automatically or sometimes return back thousands or maybe millions of times, then you give, you get. 就是舍一得万报了。那你说上门难开，你实际今天有多少上门让我们去做？这就失智吧。上人要我们就是行慈悲之事，只让我们造福嘛。但是造福的当下，你会碰到很多境界，就像现在4合1到现在还有人用这样说核心核心和气互爱协力，核心和气互爱协力。How many times must say it's like this？ 但是我们还是想这样核心很大power， 他们有权利我们协力我们是最低的 ，No， 核心就是协力。So right now, if I ask you， 谁是协力？你们人人都要举手。谁是核心 ？Yes， 你也要举手，你也是核心。人人都是核心和气互爱协力。这个就是上人要我们学习平等观 ，yes， 在做事的当下，每个人有 different function， 他的 major function、major 这个 title and major duty，yes， 但是心里面你们都要想是这样子大家都是平等不管你是核心、和气、互爱协力的职衔 title 你是 title only我们都是协力，我们也是互爱，我们也是和气，这才是真正4合1。好了，但是很多资深的人，他以为倚老卖老他就声色就开始不好，拍桌子叫人的这个yelling at the young volunteers or yelling at those new commissioners。最近很多young commissioner complain to me when they come in. I mean, before they become commissioner, everybody treat them so nice. 你很好你是亲年轻有为treat them so nice. Then after they become commissioner, 当然是很值钱的咯，刚刚进来的咯。哇 ，the face is different, the voice is louder, the difference. 声色就开始就被人家叫来叫去有没有呢？我不知道，但这个就是一种境界这是一个境界。When you encounter this kind of situation, can you overcome? Can you overcome yourself? 人最大的敌人是谁？ Who is the biggest, strongest enemy of your life? Everybody knows the answer. You yourself. 这个就是佛陀要告诉我们如何战胜自己 how to conquer yourself 如何战胜自己 但是很可惜的，我们都是指着别人 you， 一个指头出去，4个指头回来 you，4个指头就弹回来。所以这个就是我们在慈济有很多法亲可以陪伴你，磨练你，不然你在家里你高高在上啊，大家都听你的啊，你在学校你是老师啊，学生都听你的啊，你在医院里面你是医生啊，病人都听你的，但是没有病人谁叫你医生啊？ If there is no patient, who call you doctor? If there is no student, who call you teacher? If you have no children, how can you be daddy and mommy? 是吧？我们要反向思考，所以常常我们 ordinary person the ordinary person 的 thinking， 你绝对是没有办法去 deal with all kind of hardship in your life, all kind of obstacle in your journey， 没有办法的，这是没有办法的。That's why we need Buddha. That's why we need Master to guide us, to teach us, to lead us, to accompany us. But first of all, most important, how long can you follow Buddha? How long can you follow Master's steps? How long can you stay in Tzu Chi group? I already saw a lot of people drop out, never come back. But actually bless them， 还是祝福他咯。因缘就是这样子啊，缘来缘去，缘生缘灭，缘浅缘深啊，这也没办法。世间一切都是因缘嘛。诸法因缘生，诸法因缘灭。我佛大沙门常作如是说。那马胜比丘就是everything is karma。但是 karma 是 karma，OK？ 你要讲完整的话，就是因缘果报。不能只讲因果，因果是简说啊，因果 the cause the result 因果，但是 how about 缘啊？这个缘很重要。就像今天 ，this is the first time I met everybody on the air， 这就是缘了啊，好像你的 life。OK，let's say your mother and your father give you a very bad health 不好的身体 not healthy body， 那你 complain your parents， but according to Buddhism， 这个剧本也是你自己写的，预知过去，你现在所受的就是过去所做的，这大家都知道，但是怎么办呢？是不是宿命论的就是believe in fate？ No， fate 是 fate 有的，生命命运是有的，命是有的。那可不可以改？我们常常说定业不可转，Buddha 就不能改你的命运。Yes， nobody 不是只有 Buddha，nobody can change你的业 ，OK？But you yourself can， 你自己可以转，别人定业不可转，你自己可以转，因为缘在你手上你说过去我造的不好的恶因 ，How do I know？ OK，last life I did something wrong， did something bad。好，那现在我 suffering， 那我们自己就想说，because 这个剧本是我自己写的 ，I'm playing my own opera，so I don't complain。我把这个愿改成上人给我们的愿愿力的愿，甘愿的愿，不要再 complain 了。你开始的 wishes of out， 或者说我发愿，我不再抱怨这个 life 是我自己，爸爸妈妈只是我的一个媒介的因把我生下来，但是真正的是我们自己我们自己写的剧本好，那这样的话就是一个报冤型报冤型就是说我过去欠的债 我过去所做的，我现在心甘情愿的做。所以上人你看他叫我们说做慈济要甘愿做，欢喜受嘛，甘愿做，欢喜受啊，这是我们自己甘愿的啊。但是生命是不是甘愿来的呢 ？Nobody knows。好了，那既然来了，既来之则安之嘛。You come, then your mind should be peace。你既来之则安之嘛，那这一生就来了嘛，来了就平安嘛，安了就好了嘛。那如何心安呢？如何心安呢？所以这需要锻炼，要锻炼啊。所以我刚刚讲嘛，有老师，有学生，有法亲，有服务的对象。服务非常重要，这个 giving 这施舍，这个布施啊很重要。你看 Mother Teresa， 我还记得他说，所有的宗教的核心价值 ，the core value of all religions is love。当然大家都讲爱、博爱、慈悲 ，but the core value of love is service。service， 就像上人要我们付出，还无所求啊。所以我这10多年来，我一直把上人的 teaching 把师父的教法一直说20个字20个 Chinese 20个字啊，付出无所求 ，you give， but you never ask anything for return， 这是第一句5个字，付出无所求。付出是福无所求是最高的慧。Ask for nothing， 这是最高的慧。就像你生了你的孩子，你从来不要求他孝顺了你不是说我们捐了钱无相布施，这是最简单的。我跟你讲，你有没有要求我的身体健康啊？你有没有要求事事如意啊？你有没有要求减轻责任啊？少做一点事啊？所以为什么上人说他三求三不求啊？不求身体健康，但求精神敏锐；不求毅力勇气不求这个减轻责任，但求毅力勇气；不求事事如意，但求毅力勇气了；不求这减轻责任，但求增加力量。三求三不求，来 ，you all know right？ 所以付出无所求5个字，接下来感恩、尊重、爱 ，gratitude、respect。love， 是慈济的精神，就是感恩、尊重、爱。所以上人最近常常讲说，因为我们佛教徒阿弥陀佛但是很多不是佛教徒，你阿弥陀佛他听不懂，你就用感恩 ，Thank you, appreciate, gratitude， 那是无上的祝福嘛，阿弥陀佛。respect， 大家都是志工啊。上人为什么第8届要特别讲说调和声色？爱、孝顺父母，还有调和声色。对父母要调和声色，那天底下人都是我们的父母啊！你们听《父母恩重蓝宝经》里面有没有讲过佛陀不是对那个骨头在那边拜吗？这些都是我的过去生的父母啊！常不轻菩萨，每个人都是我们要去 respect 的，要尊重的。那更别说是爱了，爱是未来的希望。这个爱就是无所求，大爱 ，OK， 所以付出无所求10个字了吧？感恩、尊重、爱对10个字付出无所求，感恩、尊重、爱。然后呢，心宽念存，心宽无宽不如心宽嘛，你心有多宽，世界就有多大你心很小，你天天就在这个小世界里面很难过 ，suffering 念很单纯 ，very simple mind。Very simple mind， 所以我最近常常说，人家碰到在慈济里面做事好多障碍这个我说没关系，无私即自在，有理走天下，有理走天下，无私即自在这个英文比较难翻了要这样子翻到原汁原味比较难，你们自己想。If you are not selfish at all。无私即自在 you should feel very comfortable, very easy。 因为你无私嘛，你管别人怎么样，对你怎么样有理就是说 what you doing is according to Buddha's teaching or our principle。 有理你 over the world， 你可以走天下，你有理嘛，到哪里都是有理当然这是真理 OK 真理就是到哪里都是真理。所以心宽念纯啊，我的观念很单纯，我有理，我这个无私。最后6个字：不比较，不计较，不比较。You never compare with any others, compare wealth, health, 甚至漂不漂亮啊，我儿女怎么样？不要比，不要比啊！人都是唯一的 ，everybody is unique in this world. How you compare? Why you compare? 不比较也不计较啊！你不要锱铢必较，睚眦必报。不要计较啊！我的哥哥多拿10万20万，我的弟弟怎么都或者弟媳妇多分一些珠宝计较。但人一计较的时候，那个心啊就开始哇，这个欲望就出来，然后这个嗔念就出来。所以这个20个字多好啊！不比较，不计较，心宽念纯，感恩尊重爱，付出无所求。20个字，上人的教法都在这上面，上人的教法都在这上面。所以我是一直想要告诉大家，既然佛陀这么好，佛经讲的都是真理，让我们知道生命的价值是什么。Just like after I first visit, after the cyclone, he died in Mozambique, the big disaster. So sad to see people get killed, houses, schools destroyed. So I come back to Taiwan, and then I reported to the master. Master started to fundraise to rebuild schools, houses in Mozambique. 我们那个时候就是一个 slogan， 100元钱币3日粮，1000元台币回家乡。100 NT dollar, 100 Taiwan dollars. The people, one family in Mozambique they eat 3 days. 因为 in Mozambique, $1 one day is eating cost. 那1000元台币呢？1000 NT is like 30 or 33 US dollars. We can buy nails, ropes, iron lines, and then hammers and saw, So give to them the construction tool kits, so they can take that, go back to their homeland, and study to trim the trees or the bamboo. They can at least build their temporary house. 所以100元台币3日粮，1000元台币回家乡。How much can you buy with $1 US? How much can you buy with 33 US? But $1 US and 33 US you give to Master Cheng Yen. We go to Mozambique, you save lives. You save lives. 那这个是价值又怎么算呢？那价值怎么算？I tell you a funny story. Last month, before I went to see 随师嘛 my hair is getting long, so I went to 三姐妹理发厅，这个 salon. 我们一个师姐开的，one of our 80 years old 环保志工volunteers. She's the boss. Say, 师姐师兄你来了Gee, so great to see you, do the haircut in my shop, in my salon. So I know she won't take my money the first time. Okay, she won't. 我知道她不会拿我的钱。So happened, okay, she refused to take the couple hundred NT. Then I said, okay, give me your bamboo bank. Then I put in 1,000. Okay, they say 200. My cost, the fee is 200. But I give him 1,000, so I kind of lost 800, right? And she paid the lady who take care of my hair 200, so she lost 200, right? I lost 800, she lost 200, but we earned a lot of happiness. 我们笑啊，开心啊，哎呀，老菩萨你真好啊，你有爱心啊。他已经开40年了，40 years. The salon, the haircut salon, 40 years. So 在这个世间娑婆世界 I lost $800, she lost $200, but 我们赚的是无价的生命的法喜充满的价值观。So how can you value that? 你怎么去计算这个价值 ？So 1 minute left. OK， 我只有1分钟跟你们讲话了。If you listen carefully to what I just said and my experience and my true heart sharing for Master's teaching, please stick with Master, stick in Tzu Chi. OK， 因为 if you live 没法度 ，if you stay, you overcome yourself, you find a way out. There's a will, there's a way. Yes, there's a wisdom, there's a way. Always. OK， but 把握当下，恒持刹那。So the great president from the present from God is present, present. Present.现在就是上帝给我们最好的礼物嘛 ，right? So don't ever say impossible. Don't ever say impossible because I am possible. Impossible 是 I am possible, right? Okay. Thank you and good life to everybody and Happy New Year again. And hope Buddha bless you. And 佛心施志信愿行啊！希望大家这个戒定慧的勤修戒定慧熄灭贪嗔痴啊！感恩大家 ，Thank you.
Yeah, deepest感恩 to Brother Stephen, for a wonderful present for our new year. I think the wonderful guidance as well. I think 33 years of unconditional serving, under Master and Tzu Chi. You have gone so many places and you've spread so many seeds all over the world and formed so many good affinities with so many people. I think I've listened to one of your sermon, your speech before. 全球结善缘. I think the affinities you have generated, is truly remarkable. And I think another thing that I find it very remarkable, Brother Stephen, is that you don't need any so-called notes and whatnot. You can just talk, and then you can control the time so well. Not many people I think I have seen before who can do what you have been doing. You don't need any notes and whatnot, but yet, your so-called all your talks is very complete. With the beginning, with the ending. Everything is so. I think we enjoy really your the contents. And I love. I think the most important thing is I think all of us. I think we do Tzu Chi for ourselves. I think or rather we say we need Tzu Chi, not Tzu Chi need you, right? I think we need all of us. Who have been walking this path. We know that we need Tzu Chi. Tzu Chi don't need you, actually. I mean, in a crude way, in a very crude way. So I think all of us, we are learning, we are cultivating. I think we become a better person as we walk. I think from our great sharer, Master, so-called, I call you Master Stephen Huang. So I think really, I think is proven, is a living example. I think all the sharers here, all the people that we see are truly, our good role models. And of course, Brother Stephen Huang is our best role model. I think we are so privileged to have you here in our platform. Yeah. This wonderful teachings of Masters. Okay.
Thank you.
I think we shall take our group photo. We shall take a group photo. Everyone, please on your video.
Okay.
We have our Brother Stephen here with us. All of us. Everyone, please on your video. So Sister Lily is still around. Can you do the privilege to take our group photo with our Brother Stephen Huang? At the same time, I think we wish everyone to continue to be diligent as we walk the path together and as we inspire each other. I think most important thing, I think our wish is for Master to lead us, to continuously have the good health to lead us, into the new year, into the future, and then we will continue to develop our wisdom life so that we can be, walking the path, walking this path diligently. Okay, 感恩 so much, everyone. 感恩 everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. 感恩.
Bye.
Yeah, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone.
Cảm ơn hả? Cảm ơn. Okay, let us
our brother. Wonderful hosting.
very wonderful. Brother Robert, to lead us in
wonderful subject.
big homage. Huh?
Okay. Brothers and sisters, we pay homage to Buddha and Sangha together. Please put our palms together. First bow. Second bow. And third bow. Amitabha. 感恩. Take care, everyone. Stay safe.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah, very memorable. Wow, Brother Robert, great hosting. Very good share.
Happy New
Very good advice. And a good
Very
advice at the end.
A lot
Good
of
advice
message
at the end.
behind. Okay.
Yeah. Stay
Okay,
safe.
bye-bye.
Stephanie, you still have your voice,
A bit, yeah, better today. Slightly better today.
Slightly better
Yeah,
today.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.